can breathe.
Okay guys, so just to give you a quick little update of what's going on today, you might have seen a little bit of the time lapse, but basically I'm getting some custom control rods going for the Drak, and I've got my up reflex with my reflex jig here. Basically there's an online jig that tells you about how much reflex you need in the wings of the Drak. So I have this wire taped down and it's keeping that at a proper angle. And basically I had to turn down these rod ends here because it's a little bit too thick to go into these Hobbyking control rods. There is 2 grub screws that clamp down on this. Now I didn't want to just rely on those 2 things clamping down, so I actually filed or I ground a flat spot in there to where those are going to recess with the end of it left okay. So in case those 2 fail, it actually will still stay attached, which is a pretty cool thing. So that goes in there like that. And I've got the Dubro ball links on the end, and Chris Click recommends using ball links so that it can twist a little bit when the elevon goes up and down. So my goal is to get the exact length perfect. I have these cut to size basically. These are the Dubro. I'm going to tell you the size right now. This is for large scale T-style control horns, and these things are enormous. I mean, this is like what a standard one would be for a normal model. So these are just going to be super stout. They've got a nice backing plate and some nice hardware that goes along with them. I was thinking about maybe putting like a credit card plastic underneath it just to give it a little bit more surface area, but after putting it on there, this is the way it is. I don't think it's going to be really needed. So I wanted to get this hardware as custom as I could and basically make it as secure as possible. Now these are the Hobbyking servos. They're double ball bearing and I believe slightly waterproof possibly. These guys here, they're called the Hobbyking HK15328D. I'll put a link to this in my description. I got a recommendation for these from another viewer that was putting together a Drak, and he says he's used them for years, never ever had a failure with them, so I like that type of a track record. And of course I am going to put some thread locker on these grub screws as well. So this is a universal clamping tool here, and I'm going to hold that in the pliers. Grab this, these ends here. I have a little mark on here. I measured where I had this dialed into. Basically, I left it to right about there, to where there's a little bit more if I needed to do some fine tuning. Basically, I would be able to screw it in about another 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch or so if I really needed to. That looks pretty darn accurate. Ooh, I think I did good. Well, it looks pretty good, guys. So this is basically the way it's going to go. I'm going to put a screw through here. It's got these little ball link spacers that basically gives it free range to move around. So I'm not going to bore you guys by actually hooking these things up. All I'm going to do is put a screw through here and a screw through here, and I'll turn you guys back on when I'm going to test the servo and when it's in the wing. So, all right, see you guys in a bit. Okay, guys. So this is the final product of what I just did. This is the little ball link on the top of the wing here, and this is the Hobbyking clevis, I believe, and this is the control link. And like I said, that thing is just really stout. It comes through the bottom. I'm going to trim those screws. But one thing you'll notice about this is there's absolutely zero slop in the system. I mean, there is not even a 0.5 millimeter slop there. And so this is the up reflex that was recommended from the jig. And what I'm going to do is just put this into a auto here. so you guys can see the movement. And I do need to trim the foam a little over here because of the type of horn that I'm using here. And you actually, this is a lot of resolution, which is really nice. It's going to give my servo the best chance that it can to control. And that's what you want. You want to not stress out your servos there. And recommended from the factory is only a 1/2 inch up and a 1/2 inch down, and that looks like about what we're getting. So we're going to have a lot of control with this servo setup. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Anyway, on to the next part of the video.